Hello fellows, how you doing? It's Rami, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about limiting beliefs. Hear me out carefully. Limiting beliefs. So basically in this video I'm going to be explaining to you about limiting beliefs and how you can overcome limiting beliefs. And I'm going to relate my own story in regards to limiting beliefs and how I had limiting beliefs and what are the things that I did that enabled me to overcome my limiting beliefs. So let me just start off by speaking about myself now. When I was younger, I had limiting beliefs in regards to overcoming my social anxiety. When I had social anxiety, when I had it really severely, I was limited in my thinking. I thought that I would never overcome the condition. It would just never happen for me because I was so limited in my thinking, and I was also limited in my behavior. So my limiting beliefs not just affected me with overcoming my social anxiety, it also affected my social confidence. It affected the way I spoke, the way I behaved, the way I interacted with people, the way I carried out myself just on a daily and regular basis. So it affected all these different areas, just having limiting beliefs. So the first thing you want to do if you've got limiting beliefs and you want to overcome them is you've got to tackle them. You've got to put them on the table, you've got to have a look at them, and you've got to tackle them one by one. And you've got to admit it as well. You've got to admit the fact that you've got limiting beliefs. You've got some stuff that are stopping you from reaching your full potential. You've got some limited visions about yourself, about the world, and the way you view yourself, the way you perceive yourself, the way you perceive other people. So limiting beliefs has a major role to play with all these different things I've just mentioned now. So limiting beliefs has to do with your level of focus. So if you focus on what's your weaknesses and your strengths, if you focus on your weaknesses and your limited visions and all these sort of negative stuff. So if you keep your mind to focus on that, you're gonna get that. You're gonna see that. You're gonna witness that on a daily basis. So that's how it's gonna be if you keep focusing on limiting visions. But if you switch from that, if you shift your whole psychology and you start focusing on what empowers you, what makes you a better person, regardless of how many limiting beliefs you've got, you're gonna start feeling completely different. Completely different. This is not an exaggeration. And at least this is how it has been from my own personal experience. I'm relating from my own personal experience and what I've been through. So when I had social anxiety, I thought that I could never overcome it. I thought that it's going to be chronic, it's going to be there forever, it's just never going to go away. That's what I thought because I had a limited vision of myself. I had a story of myself. A story in which I viewed myself in a certain way, and I just behaved in a manner that reinforced the truth of this story which I've had in my mind. So my whole psychology was damaged, was absolutely damaged, and I was ashamed. I was ashamed of the fact that I had limiting beliefs, and I was ashamed of the fact that I had a damaged psychology. And on many occasions, people noticed it straight away, and I got criticized by lots of people, including my grandmother. She's one of the people who constantly criticized me years ago. She was too critical towards me, and that made me have low self-esteem, and it completely shattered my self-esteem because she used to criticize me on many levels, and my father also criticized me to some extent, and I didn't want to. I just didn't argue back. I just believed everything these people said to me. Sorry, not these people, because they are close relatives. So I must say I believed what my relatives said to me. So if they were to say to me, "You're useless, you're a piece of shit," I would just go, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." I would believe what they say to me. I believed everything they said to me because I had low self-esteem, and they reinforced my low self-esteem by saying negative things about me, pointing out my flaws, and criticizing me on many levels. So all these different things played a part in making my self-esteem go lower and lower and shattering my self-esteem further. So I just go blank. Sometimes I just don't know what to say in a video. So this video is unplanned. So I don't plan my videos. I don't plan what I want to say. So I always say things unplanned. It's all improvisational, as it's always been. So limiting beliefs is what's stopping you from living your life and reaching your full potential. For example, I had limiting beliefs about finding an attractive girlfriend. I thought that I would never find a girlfriend, and I thought that my looks is stopping me because I don't have enough money, because I'm not from the right background. So I was always having these kind of thoughts about myself. And this is what stopped me from approaching women on the street and just trying to get a girlfriend. Just having these different limiting beliefs about myself, that I don't make enough money, I'm not physically attractive enough, I don't have the best car, I haven't got the qualifications, and all these different sort of things. When I was carrying this kind of psychology, people picked up on it easily. People could spot it straight away, especially people who were socially inept and who were socially intelligent. They could just pick up on it because it needs a lot of social intelligence. If you want to interact with other person, and if you know how the other person behaves, well, that's not the right word. If you wanna just almost study the other person's psychology, and if you wanna know for sure how other people behave and think, and if you wanna just sense it, you've got to be socially intelligent. And social intelligence is something that I've never lacked actually. I was also I was always socially intelligent deep down, but when my father criticized me and my grandmother used to criticize me years ago, they shattered my self-confidence and they shattered my self-esteem. I had high self-esteem, and as soon as they started criticizing me, it gradually started getting lower and lower and lower and lower. So that's what basically happened at the time. So what am I gonna say now? Let me get my position right. So if you let me talk about social intelligence. So if you want to go for a job interview, you need social intelligence because you basically need to pick up on what the interviewee is saying, and you need to have social intelligence in order for you to prove yourself to other people. And I'm not saying to prove yourself in a way that's being people pleasing, that's being a kiss ass people pleaser. To prove yourself, you are desperate, you want people's approval. But for example, just going to a job interview and talking to an attractive girl needs social intelligence. You don't need a method, you don't need a plan, you don't need a blueprint, you don't need anything actually. You don't need the routines. You just need to be yourself. You to be who you are, and to have some level of social awareness and social intelligence in order for you to be able to build proper connection with girls, with guys, with everyone, and to build wholesome friendships with people. Because I'm stressing the point of friendships, which I always do, because years ago I couldn't make any friends. I found it difficult to speak to people, and I felt quite judged. Even people who were close to me. It took me so long till I managed to open up around people and just be completely myself. And I've always been myself around people. When I was, especially when I was only with close friends, close family members, people who I didn't feel quite judged by. But just meeting new people on a day-to-day basis was too difficult for me. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't cope with it. So I've spoken about it numerous times, and I keep saying it because I need to stress the point, and a lot of people may not watch my other videos, so they may watch this video. So it's gonna be some sort of inspiration. However, having said that, if you are, if you, and sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Um, Let me replace what I've said. Bullying. A lot of bullies picked up on me at school. I got bullied at school by lots of people, by lots of kids. They used to pick up on me obviously because I was so shy, I was so introverted, I didn't interact with a lot of students at the time, so bullies used to pick up on me. They used to sense that this is an absolute weakness, and as they did that, they picked up on me and they used to bully me physically and verbally. And I went through lots of bullying at school, and this this was one of the main things that shattered my confidence and just made me more afraid of people, made me and caused me more social anxiety and made me more afraid of human beings and social interactions. So bullying was one of the major things that played a huge role in shattering my self-confidence and creating low self-esteem and just make me have more social anxiety than I've ever had. So, and I was embarrassed. Every time I got bullied, I got embarrassed. I got embarrassed for being bullied. I got embarrassed for being humiliated in front of the eyes of, in front of the very eyes of other people. I got immensely embarrassed and intensely ashamed of the fact that I got bullied because I couldn't handle verbal bullying was more painful than physical bullying. So the actual just someone coming up to me and bullying me verbally was more harsh and more difficult than being bullied by someone physically, because verbal confrontation is something that I could never have handled years ago. I could never handle it even when I was even when I was at school. I just couldn't deal with it. It was too difficult for me. It was too painful. It was too tragic. I just couldn't do it. And I think I've spoken enough in this video, so I'm gonna speak to you later, and there's gonna be a continuation of this video, and I'm also gonna move to another spot while I speak. While I continue this video, I do a continuation of this video. Basically, I'm gonna move to a completely different spot. Sorry, sorry, I just didn't get my words out right. I'm gonna move to a completely different spot, and I'm gonna start continuing where I've left off in this video. So have a nice day, guys, and enjoy the process.